And then because of that, I saw a connection between the Vietnam War, and it really happened after Kennedy was assassinated, so I got drawn into that. And again, I don't think we'll ever really have a chance of rational government in this country until people on high admit that Kennedy wasn't just killed by a disgruntled ex-Marine called Lee Harvey Oswald. Everybody knows it, but officially that's even, Nixon said that the Warren Report was the biggest scam, biggest hoax ever perpetrated on the American people. That's on one of the tapes we've got out of the White House. But officially, of course, it's still the official doctrine that Lee Harvey Oswald did it. He acted alone. And with 9/11, 19 crazy Arabs did it, and they acted alone. You look at one of these, what I call deep events, the ones which we know there's more to it than meets the eye. I'm struck how much continuity of modus operandi there is between the Kennedy assassination and 9/11. And I have references to those articles that are on the Internet that you can get through my website.
Yeah, there definitely does seem to be a lot of players involved in both the Kennedy assassination and 9/11 as well. And, in the mainstream media, at least last week, they were saying, 9/11 conspiracy theorists might be right. There's this new document where this mob boss takes entire credit through an FBI asset for the Kennedy assassination. Well, a mob boss couldn't call the Secret Service off the car, and you can see that in the video. So obviously, even if this
plan the parade route is the most obvious thing. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The mob boss is Carlos Marcello. He could not have planned the parade route through Dallas, which took this unexplained little detour to go underneath the Texas School Book Depository.
Yeah, and again, he couldn't have called off those two Secret Service agents, and you can see that right in the video, folks. Come on, this is a government black op from start to finish. Use some mob players to get rid of some people, to provide cover. Don't buy it if the mainstream media is putting it out there. Look into it for yourself. Final segment with Peter Dale Scott. It's the Alex Jones Show. Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, and TruthNews.us.
The new multipolar inline and portable water system new from hempusa.org. Now you can restructure and degas your water supply from any source, rendering chemicals harmless to the human body by polarizing the molecular structure. Imagine a softer, smoother water with increased oxygen that helps the nervous system and brain. There are no filters to buy, and it can be taken anywhere, making it our #1 new product from hempusa.org. This water system will descale all piping, hot water heaters, and appliances due to heavy buildup of hard minerals. Detoxification may result with restructured water by easily entering the fine capillaries of the human body by dissolving stones and toxins. With extreme positive effects on plants, vegetables, and fruits, improve taste, color, size, and yield with approximately 30% less water usage. There are multiple sizes also available for farms and commercial use. Visit hempusa.org or call 908-691-2608. That's 908-691-2608.
A day unlike any other in the long course of American history, a terrorist act of war against this country.
The enemy struck America on September 11th. But who is the enemy?
Bin Laden.
This is his MO.
We have to look to the Middle East. We have to look to Osama bin Laden.
Fabled Enemies is the first 9/11 film to take a close look at the terrorist ties to intelligence networks inside the United States.
Some U.S. investigators believe that there are Israelis again very much engaged in spying in and on the U.S.
I'm aware that some Israeli citizens have been detained.
Bin Laden's connections to the CIA, the hijackers' ties to the FBI, the Saudi Arabian connection, the Israeli intelligence network, warnings and war games, the shadow government, and much, much more. Fabled Enemies. Get the DVD at Infowars.com or see it in super high quality, along with hundreds of other titles at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
The United States is bankrupt, and the bankers want you bankrupt also.
How would you like to be debt-free in 90 days guaranteed? DebtCrisisSolutions.com has helped tens of thousands out of debt since 1993 and will free you from the debt trap. DebtCrisisSolutions.com legally guarantees to put an end to wage garnishment, bank levies, and liens, and you won't pay one dime to creditors. With Debt Crisis Solutions program, you'll also restore your credit history and be protected from legal action without making one more payment to creditors. DebtCrisisSolutions.com specializes in credit report restoration, preventing wage garnishment and bank levies, liens, and judgments. Doing nothing doesn't make the debt go away. Become debt-free in 90 days, guaranteed. Call Debt Crisis Solutions now for a free consultation at 718-615-0123. That's 718-615-0123. Or visit them online at DebtCrisisSolutions.com. That's DebtCrisisSolutions.com today.
All right, folks, we are back. It is the Alex Jones Show, final segment with Peter Dale Scott, peterdalescott.net or .org. In the last few minutes, Peter, I really want to get your take on some of the appointments, some of the administrative officials in this. I mean, we've got Rahm Emanuel, Chief of Staff. Gates is going to stay on for at least another year, they're telling us. John Kerry just appointed as the head of the Foreign Relations Committee. What do you think about this new administration?
Well, I see a mix of hopeful and depressing features about it. I'm 80 years old, and I've seen a lot of new administrations, and I expect them to lean in one direction to assure one constituency and another to reassure another. I think the one that was most predictable and upsets me the most is Rahm Emanuel as Chief of Staff. And that's because I've spent the last 6 or 7 or 8 years campaigning to have a genuine investigation of 9/11. And in 2006, we had a number of people in the Democratic primaries who were saying the same thing, and many of them could have been elected, like Colonel Bowman, for example. And Rahm Emanuel and Senator Schumer went full out to campaign against those people in the Democratic primaries, even at the cost of losing the seat, because the candidate who defeated, the good candidate, was then defeated by a Republican. On the economic side, you have both Geithner, assuming that he's going to get confirmed, which is not clear, and I'm certainly not happy that Lawrence Summers is the chairman of the Economic Advisors. But what's more important here is not the people that he put in to reassure the bankers, because he has to do that. It's the people he didn't put in to balance them. And we could have had Stiglitz, we could have had Paul Krugman, we could have had Jamie Galbraith, or a number of good Democratic economists who are challenging the way the bailout went, and I'm disappointed that they're not in. I do think that the abuses of the Justice Department will be basically, I have no opinions really about Holder, but underneath him, the new counsel of the legal office inside Justice, a very good person. I think the idea that they get someone from outside the CIA, Panetta, I think is a good idea. Mm-hmm. Democrats in particular have trouble getting their nominees for head of CIA approved, and Carter had this trouble, and Kennedy had this trouble. I think Panetta will get in. He is an outsider, and he will get further, I think, than Stansfield Turner was able to, who was Carter's nominee, who was a very honest man, and the CIA just ignored him, really, and ran circles around him. I think Panetta is probably a good choice. So, you see, I'm not giving a very clear picture. And I think we shouldn't have a clear picture. I think we've got to give Obama his 100 days and see if he can be like Roosevelt and really get the country started up again, or whether he's going to be like Jimmy Carter and just face confusion.